Middle-aged. Let yourself go a bit. Lost your running mojo. I mean, this is just a description of me. A description of myself, about me. I mean, we've all been there, right? Haven't we? I'm not alone, am I? I mean, a year ago, I was here. I was on the Ridgeway and I was running Race to the Stones 2025 and it was hot. Go and look at the video and you can see how it was. It was tough. But yeah, that kind of broke me. Sorry, excuse me. I didn't immediately lose my running mojo. I actually went on and I've done a couple of races since then, but in the last couple of months, my running has kind of flatlined. Not only that, but with that comes a load of bad habits, eating badly, drinking alcohol. I mean, I spent probably 2.5 years not really drinking alcohol at all, bar the odd exception for like birthdays and holidays, that sort of thing. But that's got to change. But starting with something else, because I always feel better when I've got a nice fresh haircut and a shave. And again, look at me, I've been letting myself go. So let's get that sorted out first. That is so much better. And now moving on, I'm just gonna go for a run. I've not been running, but since Race to the Stones last summer, my running has quite dramatically dropped off from where I used to be. Up to the point that in the last month, I've done 3 park runs. And that is it. Oh God, that was harder than I thought it was going to be. But I mean, it is 33 degrees out there. The thing is, I currently have no training plan and I have no structure. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, that's better. So if you're anything like me, and I suspect you might be a little bit, but when there is no structure, then the good habits start to trail off and the bad habits start to creep in. And life's busy, isn't it? We've all got stuff that could occupy our time all the time. And before you know it, there's no time for doing any exercise or looking after ourselves at all. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so on a typical day, and just avoiding the obvious things that we all do when we first get up in the morning, starts with preparing a packed lunch for my daughter. Then I'll have a coffee whilst I prepare for my work day. And then it's time to head off to work. There's no chance for a lunch break. Coming to the shop to buy some essentials. Being sent to M&S to pick up an online clothing order for your daughter who's ordered some new top for her school disco and can't pick it up herself. Making dinner, eating dinner, family time. Things like putting the bins out. It's hard to find the time to get back into good habits. But for me, if I want to earn any more of these, then I need to get back into good habits. But I've got a few tricks to kind of get me back out running and make it less of a thing. Because if it's a thing, then it becomes like a thing. And, you know, I always avoid doing things. If it's just habit and part of my life, then it's much easier. Let's do them. Okay, so I had an errand that I've been asked to do. I've used it as an excuse to go for a run. And I may very well be regretting it because it's 34 degrees today. Would I have run into town if I didn't have this errand to do? And if it wasn't me making a thing of trying to force myself to run? No, I absolutely would not have done. So it's a net gain, isn't it? Thanks very much. At least running in this heat is forcing me to run very easy. So as long as I keep myself hydrated, then I should recover fast enough to mean that it doesn't knock me out for a few days. So this is a run that's just from my front door. I've done it tons of times, but it can really be difficult to motivate yourself to do a run that you feel like you've done before, especially when you haven't got a particular reason to do so. However, In fact, I am doing this run today, my best Theresa May impression, purely to capture this video clip. So that got me out doing a run, and that's a good thing, I suppose. But how can you motivate yourself to just do the boring routes you've done before otherwise? Well, I don't know. So today's run, it's the weekend, so an ideal opportunity for a long run. However, I was sat there thinking, man, I've had a really tough week at work. I'm pretty tired. I don't really fancy doing a run. But today, there's a podcast that I've been meaning to listen to, and this has given me the opportunity to listen to it, or an excuse, or whatever. By the way, if you've got any podcasts to recommend, I'm always up for suggestions. Oh, that's a great big flipping ball. Look at those nudges. Oh my god. Make sure that gate is firmly shut. Bloody hell. Another thing that can motivate you to go out for a run is to go out for a run with a friend. But if you're anything like me, who's for all intents and purposes quite friendless, you can just find anyone to go running with. But that's all well and good, isn't it? What really works for me is a training plan, something to work to. And I have got 2 runs coming up that I need to train for. One of them is a trail half marathon, Maverick Lake District. It's actually about 25 kilometres, I think. The other is a couple of weeks after that, and it's the Oxford Half Marathon. 2 very different half marathons, 2 things that I really need to be training for. In the next video, I am going to use AI to create my training plans, which may or may not be a good idea, but go and have a look at that, and we'll see how we get on, huh?